Hey friends, we're out here working on the Toyota Tacoma today, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to show you a tool that I actually never leave home without anymore. Now this is a portable battery jump starter and inflator. It's a great emergency tool to keep in the back of your vehicle. I've actually used this multiple times, a few times on my vehicles, but actually helping people out who we run across who have dead batteries. These are amazing because you don't need these big long jumper cable experience where you're jumping from one battery in your car to the other. This, again, hyper portable, you can bring out, stick it underneath the hood of your car as you're jumping. It's just really, really convenient. So in today's video, we're going to take a closer look at this specific one. This is a LokiThor JA300 jumper. And I'm going to show you all the different features. We're going to, again, look closely at the unit itself. Then I'm going to give you a quick demo of both the jump start ability as well as the inflator. So here's everything that comes in the package. You have the main jump starter, which also includes this stuff sack, so you can kind of keep everything together. You also have a mini stuff sack that hosts the cables that plug in for the jump start. You also have an inflator hose, as well as some various tips for the inflator. You can see we have everything from inflating a basketball to a bike tire, which is really nice. We have a charging cable. This is a USB-C charging cable, and then a little instruction manual. Let's take a closer look at the unit itself. Now, I really like this design. It's got a little handle on it to make things a little more manageable. This is the first time I've seen one of these with this handle on top. Then you have the nice block battery, as well as a bunch of different ports to allow all of the different functionality. We also have a nice big floodlight on this side. It's an LED light. Now we have a light button over here. That is what's going to activate the light. In fact, if I push this, you can see if I push it once, we get power on. If I push this again, you can see that the light comes on. Again, it's really nice and bright. And there's a couple of different settings. If I push it again, it'll strobe like that. Push it one more time, it will blink on and off. And then again, you can click it again to have it go off. We have a really nice display, again, with a PSI setting for using that inflator. We also have a battery monitor. You can see that this is about 50% right now, so it does need to have a nice good charge before we use it for the first time. We have a bar/PSI we can change. This allows us to use a PSI setting or a bar setting based off of the inflating that you're doing. And then we also have the power button up here. If I push this for 2 seconds, you can see everything will turn off. Okay, we're under the hood now, and I want to give you a quick example of how to use the jump start feature. So I've got the LokiThor over here. We've got our battery right here. And then what I've done is I've grabbed these little clamp terminals here. And what we need to do is we need to plug this end into the slot that's over here on the left. We're then going to take the red clamp or the positive clamp, and we're going to put it onto the positive terminal of the battery. Now my red and black caps have come off, but as you can see, there's a little plus indicator over there and a little minus indicator right down there. So put the red on first, just like that, make sure it's clamped in place. We'll then take the black, and this is going to go onto the negative terminal, just like that. Now, one of the semi-negative things is these wires are not very long, so you do have to have the LokiThor fairly close to the battery, but easy enough. Okay, with the clamps in place, we'll come over here, and I'm just going to push the power button on. We're looking at 12.6 volts on our battery. That's what's measuring right now, so we can see that this battery is actually fairly healthy. On your battery that's maybe uncharged or that needs to be jumped, this number may be a much, much lower. Okay, back in the vehicle, we'll turn the key on, give it a turnover, and as you can see, it fires right up. Now you do want to leave the car running. As you can see now, we're measuring 13.8, 13.9 volts with the car running. So we're ready to take off the clamps. I'm going to remove the negative first, and then we're going to remove the positive. Make sure you don't touch these two together. One of the things we can do actually before you unclamp things too is you could actually power this thing down. Basically, we just push and hold that power button for a couple of seconds and it'll go into the off mode. Now remember, this isn't just for jumping your battery either. It's also a great inflator for your tires in case your air pressure is running low and you're on the road. So what we're going to need is our little hose attachment that's included, and I'm going to attach that to this side of our device. I'm just going to unplug that, and as you can see, this end right here is going to screw right on top of this little port, and then we're going to be ready to try out the inflator. Now again, a small negative to this is with these really large tires, if your little valve adapter down here to get air in is on the top, then you might need two hands holding this up with one and the inflator nozzle in the other. Again, not a big deal because of this handle. I actually moved over to the other side of our car though, because it's going to be much easier to get to this valve on this side because it's at the bottom of the wheel. So with the valve in that open position, we'll stick this on and push down that little tab. So what we'll do is we'll come down here again. I'm going to push the on button, and we're looking right now at the pump. So let's check the PSI. As you can see, after a second, it'll regulate to whatever this tire pressure currently is, as long as you have it plugged in. You can see I'm on 34.5 right now. That's actually the required PSI for these tires. But let's say I wanted to add a little bit more. Well, all I need to do is use this plus and minus option right here. So I'm going to have to use the plus button quite a bit. I can push and hold it. I'm going to go all the way up to 35 PSI. Just going to push and hold that little pump button. As you can hear, it starts right up. Now that is a bit loud, but it's not bad. And we can actually leave this because it self-regulates, meaning that when it hits that 36 PSI, it'll automatically shut off for us. If you ever want to stop this, come over and hit that pump button again to stop things. Now, one of the things I will say about the inflating process, it's very slow. I really would only use this maybe as a topper offer in rare occasions. Otherwise, go to a gas station and use one of their high pressure inflators if you really have a significant flat. So there you go, friends. That is the LokiThor JA300. Again, I highly recommend having something like this in your vehicle at all times. If you're interested in buying this one, you can find it right here on Amazon. We'll put some links in the description box below. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and subscribe because we actually do a ton of these little review videos, demo videos to make your life and your shopping journey hopefully just a little bit easier. We'll see you again on the next one.